What's up? It's your boy Carcino here. Let's talk about it pretty fast. The WNBA. Let's talk about it. What's up? Happy birthday, Mr. Frank. The WNBA is in a tailspin right now. They're going into negotiations because they've reached the end of their collective bargaining agreement. So rather than to opt into a new one, they're kind of having negotiations right now to see what's going to happen with the league. They've had their president step down, the vice president step down, the controller, their whole front office has stepped down. You know, they're all performing at small venues. So the numbers that are projected, like making at least 70-some million a year and all this, these numbers are not necessarily true. The numbers are misleading. It's leading people astray to believe something, a narrative that doesn't even exist. The NBA is losing about $8 million a year on the WNBA. They take a loss in the millions every year on the WNBA. All of those numbers that they get in sponsorships are very small. Now, the National Basketball Association, they own about 60%, or probably a little bit more than that, of the WNBA. You know, that was part of the deal, I guess, the cross-branding. Now, they're not giving up on the WNBA. Because it crossed so many grounds of diversity. Because if they get rid of the WNBA, then they got to hear the questions of, what about female coaches? What about female this and female that? When they came out with the WNBA, it put a lot of that stuff to bed. It shut a lot of people up. So they were willing to take that loss just to shut people up. As long as the NBA is very profitable, this side project, which is the WNBA, they're cool with it. I'm telling you, that's how they view it. If you look at the WNBA right now, They are backing them. The NBA has thrown money at the WNBA, but don't know how to promote it. See, when you just throw money at stuff and keep throwing money at it, you're trying to hope it fixes itself. Like, let me keep throwing money at the wall here to see if it's gonna, take care of itself. And sometimes you keep throwing money at the problem, but you're gonna have to deal with it. So they're gonna have to change the scheduling. In the summertime, you're not gonna have a lot of people going to see WNBA games. You're gonna have to have the NBA games crossover with some of the girls' games. That's the only way you're gonna have to do it. If you guys cross promote, you guys got to be able to have a guys' game, a girls' game come on, and let them go into that. Right, exactly. Have a doubleheader. Now, if guys just don't want to watch it, I'm quite sure they can buy the NBA pass and watch another game. Do TNT show the WNBA? Nope. I haven't seen it. I don't see Chuck and Shaq and Kenny drawing up plays for the WNBA. Kenny, I like the way Sue Bird shoot that three. They might do it, but I'll break down on some highlight. But you got the WNBA girls sitting in there with the men. They got Candace Parker sitting up there on the NBA TV. And she's talking about the guys. What does that do for promotion for the women? I have no idea. How about having some of those guys at the WNBA games? Do they even have a show for the WNBA? Do they have a highlight show? I don't know. Oh, you remember that? And I turned her down. I don't even remember. Was it a slow dance or a regular dance? But I know she wanted to dance. I don't even know what we was doing there. Candace has got to be like near the end of her, she's got to be like near the end of her playing career now. I mean, there's no themes. There's no storylines for the delay. You be having anybody win in the WNBA. It'd be the Detroit Shock. They done won like 2. Game be foul at times. Well, that's another thing, the gameplay. Sometimes they have exciting games, but they're too far few and in between. I'm appreciative of anybody who's doing donations on the page, bro. I appreciate it all. Yeah, there's been a lot of good WNBA players, you know, that came along. They tried to promote certain WNBA players, and other women were putting them to shame. The one that played for Houston, she was better than Cheryl Swoops, but she was old when she started playing. And she was like a female star. I can't even remember her name right now, but she was something else. Cooper, yeah, I think was Cooper. She was a beast. Yeah, Cynthia Cooper, she was something else. Like people like Dana Head, what's her name? Tamika Cummins. Those were some real ballers. Like them Tennessee teams that they had back in the day would walk through the WNBA. And most of them had to go overseas to play if they wanted to have a career. So the WNBA actually did well by, you know, letting some of these girls stay home. You know, some of these girls had families, like the husbands was here with the kids while the mom is out in Europe doing tours, you know, playing in the season, then she come home. And that's hard when you got young kids and their mom got to go away for months to go play basketball. And then the family got to take trips to come see her and come back home, you know, but that's where the money was at. Well, the NBA has decided that it's no longer going to let the WNBA women play in the same venues. Like in Chicago, they don't have WNBA games. The WNBA play their game at the Rosemont in Rosemont. which is the Allstate. It used to be the Rosemont Horizon, but now it's called the Allstate Arena. So they play at the Allstate Arena. They don't play over there at the Bulls house, Chicago Stadium. They don't play there. The New York Liberty, they used to play at the Madison Square Garden. They don't anymore. Now they put them at another gym. And a lot of the other NBA teams are doing the same thing. They're not letting them play in the same place as the NBA teams because it costs them a lot of money to have all those seats available, and they're not filling them up. So you think about the electricity, you start thinking about other bills. So they're trying to cut their costs by putting them in like 5,000 seat arenas. 3,000 seats. So the WNBA is not based. Exactly. Don't worry, we'll be back. We'll do this again.